Screaming Firehawks! Welcome back to the channel, The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 9, and it is getting heavy. Sorry, I'm a broken record. This shit just keeps cranking up every single episode, and this Belt of Revolution is getting legit. It's getting scary. They're starting to make moves. Anderson Dawes is laying out statements. He's putting himself in position. He's basically creating sides here. And, you know, they tried to get a hold of these launch codes for these rockets.
Yeah.
That didn't go so well.
Nope.
Drummer, you're an absolute little badass. That was so dope. She's like, fuck y'all. Pop, pop. Just smoke those two jerks. And, you know, handling her business. Which, that's got to be tough for her because she's one of them. But there's like a revolution going on within themselves. Yeah. Because Dawes has his group and Johnson has his group. And they're spacing people just for being from the inners.
Super fucking scary.
Dude, that scene was shocking.
Yes, very.
It's just like, oh, they're just gonna say bye to each other, and then the fucking door opened. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And then you saw her take her last breath. Like, dude, that's rough. So
it's take a deep breath.
Yeah, seriously. But that whole situation is getting real heavy. They've got Cortazar now, who's also in a really, he found more of it. He figured it out. He got more. And Holden went to go kill him, which...
That's not him, dude.
I just feel like that opens up a whole new can of worms, potentially. Mm-hmm. And the Rossi crew is off to Ganymede Station to go find it. And, you know, we've got a really interesting situation going on with Holden and Naomi.
Yeah.
Something we kind of... missed a little bit of, something that was a little confusing. I think it's cleared up now. So, Naomi disagreed with everyone about destroying their hidden sample.
Right.
They all thought it was destroyed. She's been monitoring. That's what she's been looking at. She's been monitoring.
Which is what I thought she was doing, but I was under the impression that they all knew that it was just hidden, but yeah. I guess I must have missed.
There was a really quick scene, now that I'm remembering, that she, aborted something.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't think it was super clear, but it's been cleared up. And, Naomi and Holden are now, lying to each other. Because Holden found out that there was more of it because he knew Cortazar was talking to her, was talking to Cortazar, and that's why he went to go kill him. Naomi knows about their hidden sample still being alive out there and isn't letting Holden know. They had a really touching moment about no more secrets. But Naomi's keeping secrets.
Yeah.
And this is a really interesting situation, and seeing where it potentially could go. It makes a little bit more sense why she's been hesitant now.
Yes.
But it also still begs the question, does she still have faith in Holden as her leader?
I mean, if you have to hide something from that person, I don't know.
It feels like I think it was a couple episodes ago where Dawes was making all his moves and talking to everybody. It kind of felt like he got to her a little bit. And I'm wondering if she's got an internal struggle about what side, because she even talked about sides.
Yeah.
Holden doesn't want any sides. He wants everyone to live peacefully. He's an idealist. He wants everyone to get along and figure it out. And she was like, that doesn't work that way.
Right.
So I think she's internally struggling with what side she's on and what's right, obviously, because she lied about the protomolecule. She is now hiding it from everyone else. So this whole situation is getting real interesting. She's a fascinating character.
Oh, I love her.
She's gotten really difficult to read at times, too. So I'm really, really interested to see where not only that relationship goes, but where that whole situation goes, her being with the crew of the Rossi and how long that lasts. And speaking of the crew of the Rossi, Amos.
I know, dude.
This guy has become just, it feels like he's dealing with definitely some internal stuff. And that whole situation with the little boy and the mom, it's definitely sparked something in him. Maybe he's scared. Maybe he's just concerned. I don't know, but I still believe that he was totally numb in that episode for the most part.
Yes. I just...
he wanted to, he basically threatened to kill Alex, and he's like, but who's going to fly the ship?
It just...
He said that so easily.
That.
Yeah. So this dude has gotten real complicated, and I'm digging it. I think it's really cool. I think he's a really cool character, and the more we get to learn about him and see more of him, I think the better.
Yeah.
And just exactly what he's dealing with. And like you'd think that he might have had a procedure to have something like
I don't know, just the way he acts lately. He just
when Alex found him and he was just like, "Go ahead, go help. I'm good." Like he was just no emotion.
empty.
Yeah. So that whole thing is really interesting. I personally think he's trying to find himself, and he's just in a place of essentially of like depression almost is kind of what it seems like for him. And I think he's working through it. I think he's just trying to figure it out. And I think, do you still disagree with me that he wants more empathy versus less?
I don't know. He was so like Space Cadet,
Yeah.
like, so it just he was just so just not there.
Yeah, I get the vibe. I just get the vibe that he wants to be more like the crew in terms of his feelings and not so, boom, I'm going to shoot you in the head, or Alex, I don't want to fight you because I'm going to kill you, and like we're friends now and we're like crew members together. They're essentially boys at this point. And it's like, he's like, please don't make me fight you. Because who's going to fly the shit? Like, who says that to their, like, friend?
Well, I mean,
like,
the level of confidence
Right.
is just outrageous.
I mean,
if we fight, you will die. No question.
He's always there to defend Alex, so I think he knows what's up there. But that whole thing has gotten really interesting, too. I'm really curious to see where he goes as a character. Which way does he end up going in terms of his emotions? It's really interesting story. And then we met this other doctor, this plant doctor. What are the
A botanist?
Botanist.
Mm-hmm.
A botanist. Botanist. I knew that from Harry Potter. I should know better. But we met this doctor, and this doctor's pediatrician, Strickland, like he thought his daughter was killed in that attack on Ganymede.
Yeah.
And apparently the doctor pulled her out of that area before it got crushed and destroyed. So Strickland is somebody who knows what's going on.
Yes.
And I don't know if there's something with the daughter May, right?
Mm-hmm.
May is the daughter's name.
And Dr. Meng.
There's clearly some kind of connection with her, because why else would he be pulling her and protecting her?
Yeah, that's weird.
So that whole situation's interesting. The show does a really good job of also just kind of out of nowhere throwing and presenting new characters where they're clearly very important. Strickland seems to be very important, and he does work for Mao's company, Protogen. You still haven't heard from Mao. Really interested to hear what the fuck this dude's up to. If he's like completely gone off the radar now and just letting certain things work, whether he's part of everything that's going on with that alien thing. There's still so much going on in that situation. We've got Gunny, who's getting sent to the UN summit to share her side of really the only side of the story, because she's the only survivor of that situation. That whole situation's interesting. Aaron Wright and Christian, that whole thing is interesting. There are so many fascinating storylines playing out in this show right now. It's so hard to keep track of. Thank you for your notes. I think they absolutely rock. Do you have any other thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I just, again, I've got my super cool notebook.
It's so cool. Such a cool notebook.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Let's go. Oh, it's the name of a ship.
Oh, okay.
I tried not to say that because I was going to butcher it.
Yeah.
Was rains hell on Ganymede, and now they're treating us as if we were the criminals. This is harassment.
So routine stop, nothing more.
Oh, shit.
Manifest and IDs, please.
Look.
Here.
Wait, isn't that Holden's voice?
I mean, the Rossi is a Martian ship.
That's true.
It's just food and medicine for Ganymede. We're not transporting any weapons. We checked our IDs. We're a registered relief vessel.
We're gonna have to impound your ship.
That's outrageous.
Calm down.
No! Enough is enough! What the hell?
Yep, good call.
I know you. I've seen your face all over Sirius Station. You're James Holden.
Well, this is off to a good start.
Shit.
Whoops.
They need easy passage in the Ganymede.
Yeah.
So they're going to go get a relief ship.
Gotcha.
That did not go too well.
This you left on your bunk. You searched my quarters?
Yes, I did. Because I have orders to follow too, and the defense minister wants you wearing this when you give your statement. There's a lot riding on you, Gunny. Now is not the right time to go to war.
Good luck convincing her otherwise, it seems like.
Those of you who've been here before will remember it's not a long walk to the embassy entry. The UN likes to fly a lot of drones around our compound. Maintain your dignity, stay strong. Not here to give the Blues anything to laugh about.
Girl, what are you doing, man? Now pick the sunglasses back up and put them on.
Dang.
On your feet. Forget your sunglasses too, Gunny.
No, sir.
That's so crazy.
The Arbogast is nearly at Venus. They should have gotten long-range scans of the Eros impact site by now.
Just some preliminary atmospheric readings. It's nothing more. They haven't seen anything they didn't expect. Venus was the end of Eros. I seriously doubt we'll find anything down there.
If we're lucky.
Time for diplomacy.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Do you really believe he hasn't had any contact with Jules Pierre Mouse since Eros?
You tell me. That's your job.
All I can tell you is that he covers his tracks very well. And if that ship does find something on Venus, Ehrenreich is not going to tell you shit.
That's why I have an inside man.
You're a very intelligent man, but you seem to think that everybody else around you is stupid. Just because you can't figure something out doesn't make it magic. What do you think Eros left behind on Venus? Little gray humanoids with big black eyes who've come to turn us into food? Earth and Mars are mobilizing for war as we speak. They have better weapons than we do, and Eros was one of them. You sleazed your way into this mission, determined to justify your own theories. You're gonna twist the facts to support your position. That's not just bad science, it's dangerous.
Hello, my name is Praxidiki Meng. You don't know me, but I was a friend of your cousin Doris. We worked together on Ganymede. She saved my life. She got me out of the station when the mirrors fell. She was on her way back to Mars to be with you, but she was badly injured in transit.
That's one way to put it, I guess.
She probably wouldn't have even been on the ship with me if she hadn't helped me. So I want to say I'm sorry. She was a good person. I promise I'll never forget her and what she did for me.
Damn it.
Never.
I'm pretty sure that no family ever wants to hear. Are you kidding?
Amos! Amos!
That sucks.
What were you doing with my kid?
I mean, I feel like I'd probably be a little grateful in that moment if she's alive.
Answer me when I called.
It's nice to be having an actual conversation instead of trading recordings for once.
It would have been even nicer if you had met us halfway.
Okay.
Perhaps we should begin with a moment of silence for the lives lost on Ganymede.
It's important to remember the terrible cost of battle.
In victory or defeat,
That's a good thing to keep in mind.
you should spread it to your fleet.
Maybe you could tell them when our ships get to Jupiter. It won't take long.
We're looking forward to it.
The reason we're here is to prevent a war. Let's start by remembering the fallen.
So the issue at hand is de-escalation. Let's get right to it.
Okay.
A lot on our agenda.
To all vessels in the area, this is the UNS Arbogast. We are an unarmed research vessel on a scientific mission, as is our right under the Venus Accords. Any interference with our operations may be considered an act of war.
This is scary stuff.
Everyone's on edge.
Literally.
Dr. Strickland pulled your daughter out of the clinic an hour before the battle started. We find him. I believe we'll find your daughter.
You can stop pretending to care about my daughter. What does she have to do with this proto-molecule you're after?
How do you know about that?
I told him. He's helping us. You should be straight with him.
The proto-molecule, is that what really moved Eros?
We're all there, my friend. Saw it with our own eyes.
What could that have to do with May?
We don't know yet, but if it is there, the threat could be even worse than Eros.
What was Strickland treating her for?
She has a genetic disorder, Myers-Skeleton premature immunosensinosis.
Whoa.
May developed a very serious spinal infection. She was 4 months old. She would have died if we'd been anywhere else. The moment Dr. Strickland saw her, he knew exactly what was wrong. He gave her regular injections. He kept her alive.
That can't be a coincidence.
Now, if the station's in ruins, how are we supposed to find anyone there?
Well, the first step is getting there. We'll leave the Somnambulist once we dock, and then we'll intermingle with the locals. And then we'll assess the situation and take it from there.
Your plan's always this vague?
This is about average.
I love Amos so much.
Fair share. Hey. I hope good luck rubs off.
No kidding.
Wow.
Gonna need all the luck.
My fire team was assigned to patrol the MCRN Zone Bravo on Ganymede Station. Shortly after the Scirocco, our support ship, went into comms blackout. We observed movements on the UNN line approximately 2 kilometers distance and weapons fire. The UN Marines appeared to be charging our position.
Are you saying that we opened fire on you?
No, sir. We were out of contact with our ship and unable to confirm, and at the time, our comms were jammed on the field.
We also had lost contact with our units.
We mistook a training exercise as an active engagement and opened fire without orders.
According to our investigation, it was Private Richard Travis that fired the first shot.
He was born on Earth. His parents emigrated to Mars when he was a child. He'd had some discipline problems recently, which suggest he might have been trying to prove that he was more Martian than Earther. And what better way to do that than to take out some Earthers?
Christian's not buying this.
No, she knows.
Travis was a good soldier! He died for Mars and you all just threw him into the goddamn crusher!
Travis did die for Mars. And if that story stops a war that we do not want, then he died a hero.
Wow.
This young man is a perfect scapegoat, almost purpose-built.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Christian.
I never understood that idiotic phrase.
Mars won a battle that they didn't intend to fight, and they know now that they can't win the war. So they let us stick them with the bill for Ganymede. No one's completely happy, but everyone comes out of it with something. You know what that's called?
Horse trading.
I love her.
Yeah, she read straight through that like immediately.
She knows what's up.
Cowboys, lasagna. I really put my foot in this batch, partner.
I don't know if I'd be too excited if someone's like, I put my foot in this.
I know. Basically, he left his mark.
Yeah, I get that, but that's just,
I know, but
I'm like,
what mark did you leave?
Pass.
What did you do?
I'd like to speak to Sergeant Draper again.
This has been an exhausting session.
I find it hard to believe that a Martian Marine would be fatigued from sitting in a chair. We all came here in the hopes that we could begin to trust each other, and it would be regrettable to undo the progress we've made over something as trivial as this. I want to speak with Sergeant Draper now.
They're probably all pooping in their pants.
Yeah.
If you could choose, would you still serve?
Yes, ma'am. I want to do my part to make Mars a new Earth.
An entire nation dedicated to a common goal, to turn a lifeless rock into a garden. A dear friend told me that. He wanted to retire to Mars, but he died. Did you know that the majority of people on Earth don't have jobs? They don't work at all. You call them takers.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not that they're lazy, you know, that we can't give them enough opportunities. In this building, it's easy to forget.
With all due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like.
Oh, yes,
Don't
bitch.
fucking...
Yes,
don't
wherever I goddamn like, motherfucker.
Don't interrupt her.
They believed in your dream. They gave up everything to go to Mars. I'm sure Travis believed in that dream as well. Were other Martians prejudiced against him for being from Earth?
Yes.
Was he a good soldier?
One of my best.
Do you really believe that after all that sacrifice and all his training, as you said, one of your best soldiers, do you believe after all that hard work that Travis would jeopardize the lives of his fellow soldiers by foolishly jumping the gun?
No,
No? Then why would he open fire without orders? Did he panic?
I don't know. He...
Why did he fire?
We
What was the reason?
thought we were under attack.
Under attack? So you were fired upon?
No, he was trying to kill the enemy. I didn't even know what it was. Nobody did. He wasn't wearing a vac suit.
Sergeant Draper has been through a severe traumatic event.
Fuck, dude.
Whoever the fuck you are, stand down and let her speak.
Damn, dude.
I fucking love Christian so much.
You've been instructed, Sergeant.
Dude, she like fucking Superman with her X-ray vision just read through all of it.
What made you open fire?
It was Travis. He panicked.
Damn it.
I think she got her answer through the lie.
Mm-hmm. We already heard wasn't wearing a vac suit.
Yep.
And then it... Nope, he panicked.
What is that? Well, it's just a bit of science history. It's the Drake equation. The average rate of star formation times the fraction of stars formed with planets that could support life. Fraction of those that could develop life, and intelligent life. And the fraction of those that could develop technologies that might release detectable signals into space. And of course, the time over which those signals might be detected. It suggests there are over 36 million advanced civilizations out there doing all kinds of things that we just don't understand. Space is a big, empty place. We might be too far apart, or perhaps they're just broadcasting the signals for too short a time.
How convenient.
Dude, these two just need to fight.
Stop. Hold it.
Oh.
Jesus.
Is that where Eros crashed?
I feel like it.
It's indicate the presence of biological compounds in the air above the crater. Life in an environment that melts lead. It should be
There's her
impossible.
man on the inside.
Eros changes everything. Just like a soldier on Ganymede without a suit.
Yup. Oh shit. See, Gunny let that one little thing slip, and that's all that matters.
That's all she needed.
Reminds me of Baltimore.
It does?
That's random. Dude.
Let it go, Amos. Let it go. Oh, are you? Is that the local muscle?
Yep. Gonna like this, boss. Rice and beans and medical supply. Gonna be a nice haul.
Our agreement was 10%.
See, this time we're taking all of the cargo and the ship.
If I have to board one more ship, Nick.
All right, we have a deal.
We got company!
Oh, bitch. Damn. Clearing.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sorry, how much were you going to say? What was that? All of it?
Jesus.
Oh
We
no.
have to do something.
All clear.
Sorry.
Go! Or I'll call the harbor master, or the Martians, or whoever it takes to make you leave! Get off my ship! Go!
Oh, man.
That's rough.
That was really bad. Sorry, Melissa.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you could tell, like, we keep talking about empathy.
Yeah.
And you could tell Holden immediately was just gutted by that moment.
Yep.
Amos's expression didn't even change. He didn't shift
No,
one bit.
He's just like, clear. It's clear. We got everybody.
It's very, very interesting character development that we have going on with him.
Yep.
I feel like there's two very, very, very clear, big, giant things that went down in this episode.
Yeah.
So we got the UN summit. We got Gunny presenting her story. Christian completely seeing through the lies.
100%.
Because the Martians presented a lie to make it sound like they started it because they don't want to go to war with Earth because they know they'll lose.
Yep.
That's what keeps being said. But Christian, the moment they brought up the one Martian Marine, Travis, who was born on Earth, she was like, that's the perfect scapegoat. Like, he fits. There's no way that's true. And she like read straight through it. She wanted to talk to Gunny again. She got to Gunny. She got Gunny to just say that one thing. That's all she needed to hear, is that there was a soldier without a vac suit. And that's what they were firing at. That's all she needed. And, you know, her doctor friend who's on location has this theory of aliens. And I don't think Christian was buying it.
No.
Because I think she's scared. I think a lot of people are scared of the idea of aliens. By Gunny saying that, I think it's starting to kind of solidify that whole thing for her. And I can't wait to look at the next episode and actually see what Christian, like how she processes that whole situation now.
Right.
Because her friend, I'm forgetting his name.
And I don't think I wrote it down, to be honest.
He just figured out the crater that Eros created has life in it. And it's not normal, and it looked really weird, and he got that information back to Christian, so it feels like a lot of things are starting to line up in that whole situation, and it's just like, fuck. It's all getting really interesting, because we know, y'all know, but it's fascinating watching them put the pieces together, and watching Christian work. Like, she's incredible.
Good. Yes, I love her.
The
like,
way-
I'm gonna take this wherever the fuck I want to, bitch.
Yeah. The way she talks to people and just controls and dominates the room is so much fun to watch.
She commands and demands respect.
Yeah. And, you know, she's putting it together. She's piecing everything. Like, all of those puzzle pieces are starting to fall into place for her. Luckily, she's got someone on the inside feeding her information. Because, you know, Ehrenreich's not going to feed her any information. So, this whole thing, I can't wait to see where it goes. It's just so fascinating. At what point does she even reveal any of this to her higher-ups? Does she share any of this with Ehrenreich? Like,
I don't think... Oh, God, no. Don't do that.
I couldn't imagine her being open with him. But the tension between Earth and Mars is so insane.
Cut it with a knife.
The moment they walked in the room, it was just constant, just headbutting.
It's like, well, if you hadn't have done this, then we wouldn't have done this. Well, motherfuckers, if you wouldn't have done this, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Right. Fine.
So Holden and company, they have made it, not under the best circumstances. They have made it to Ganymede Station, and now they're going to be on a mission to find May and Dr. Strickland. And as they're, like, it's so interesting how all of this stuff continues to just line up with this crew. Mm-hmm. They keep showing up to a place that someone else is investigating from afar.
Yeah.
Like, right now, Christian is over here with her doctor person in place, evaluating and getting information as they're arriving to this location. And they're going to be on the ground, searching and figuring things out on their own. What the fuck did this protomolecule become after crashing? Like, what is happening? Who's in control of it? Mao was mentioned in this episode, and he still seems like the big wild card in all of this.
Yes.
Obviously, the biggest wild card of all of this is the alien without a spacesuit who was actually being fired upon. So there's so much development going on. We didn't get any updates with Dawes and Cortazar, so I'm hoping we get that this next episode and what they're up to, where they're going, what is their plan, what is Cortazar being communicated with the protomolecule, what is it communicating to him, what is he learning? That whole situation is so fascinating because, again, he has no empathy, he has a part of the brain completely removed, and he is so entrenched and all about this science that, I don't know.
I'm not sure yet.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So there was not a ton in that episode. It felt like it was one of those kind of foundation builders. Like, all right, here's the story of Ganymede. We're starting it. They're there. Christian got some information. The summit thing happened. I feel like we're going to start pushing more forward on kind of like with the Arrow storyline once the crew found out and they started walking around and kind of investigating stuff there. Where once they arrived, shit started getting crazy. And I feel like that's where we are now with Ganymede.
Right.
Where the Rossi crew's there and we've got Alex chilling, hiding in a little crater, just waiting for the shit to hit the fan, which I'm just going to assume is going to happen.
By the way, how glorious is Alex's hair right now? He's got like a pomp going on. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. So there's like a whole lot of shit going on. I'm expecting the rest of this season to kind of get cranked up hardcore. Now that they're there and they're going to start investigating, things are probably going to start popping up and more things are going to start getting revealed on this alien, on this protomolecule. I'm so interested. I'm fascinated by this shit. Do you have any other thoughts?
No.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it. Leave them comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we'll catch y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.